Hello, and glad to have you here. Today, we want to talk about, or I want to have a conversation with you about the people that you hang around the most, the five people that you hang around the most. I just want to have a conversation around that because I wasn't really aware until someone brought this up to me and in a conversation, and also in a training. And I thought, this is important. This is something that we really need to pay attention to. So, as we're hopping on, let me know where you're coming in from. Let me know if what you think about this topic. And let me know, I'm sorry, and let me know also the five people that you hang around. Think about that and who that is and what do they do for you. So, before we get going any further, let me introduce myself. My name is Cherie Woodard, and I help business builders and entrepreneurs to use social media to get prospects, leads, and sales in their business. I use a variety of ways. I use attraction marketing. I use lead generation as well as video marketing. And those are just the few topics that I like to talk about and talk around and have a conversation with. Gosh, my mouth is really dry. So sorry if my words start to stick together, but anyway. So let's get started. So when you think about the five people that you hang around, and I just have some notes here. Let me move my keyboard and bring my notes down here. Okay, so uh, for me, the five people that I hang around the most are people that are pretty much online, and and I think it was kind of the same way even before we went through the big C, because I was already online building my business, and so I started to, hang around people that were positive and people that were doing, things that I was doing and not putting me down or, saying certain things. So, as I have in my notes here, one of the main things that I have is you want to be around positive people because if you're not, then they could be giving you, saying, "Oh, you don't really need to do that, or you don't really need to go online. Why don't we go and have some fun? Let's go do this. Let's go do that." Now, that's okay if you're working yourself into a stupor, you're constantly working, constantly online, doing, excuse me, doing what it is that you want to do and growing from that and what have you. But if they're pulling you away from that and they're saying, oh, you just leave that alone and come on and hang out with us, you just got to wonder, do they have your best interest at heart? If they just want you to drop what you're doing. Like I said, once in a while is probably okay because if they're concerned about you and self-care and all you're doing is sitting at the computer all day working, 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 and they see that, then you can take it as they want to really help you. But if every time, they are around, they're distracting you or, telling you you don't need to really do that and what are you doing anyway and that kind of thing, then that's not really helpful to you. That's discouraging. And that kind of takes it into my next point. Are they encouraging you in what it is that you're doing? Are they trying to help you by encouraging you and telling you, you can do this. I know you can. And, I don't know how long you've been at it today, but, give yourself a break, every now and then, but, stick with what you're doing because I believe in what you're doing. And, or, kind words lifting you up, instead of, and my last one is there are some people that will push, push, push to get you out of what you're doing because they don't understand it and they don't have your vision. I've been there before and I have talked to some people, friends that, especially before the big C, and I was out and about a little bit more. I can remember, people that were not encouraging to me. I can remember, feeling kind of like, okay, maybe I should go hang out a little bit. Maybe I should, because I did work a lot. I was always online, going to different communities, trying to help here and there, offering advice, lifting people up. But, I know that there was a time when I did overdo it. But if you're not overdoing it and you're doing what it is that you need to do to help those people that you want to help, then if someone's constantly trying to take you away from that and it's the same five people, then you might want to change who it is that you hang around. Or, if they're not helping you to push you up, to lift you up, to build you up, to encourage you, and do those things that we need, because we all need those things, especially when we're tired and we just don't feel like we can go anymore. Or you get to that point because, everybody eventually gets, and I shouldn't say everybody because I don't know everybody, but I know that there are times when I've wanted to, just stop. I just wanted to quit. And it's rare, but there were a few times that I did. And I didn't get an encouragement to keep going from certain people. They were like, yeah, you can always do something else. You can find a job online, you can do this and that, and so on and so on. So I hope that what I'm saying is actually resonating with you, depending on the people that you hang around the most. Those five people, if they're not lifting you up, if they're not encouraging you, then if you still want to be friends with them, you may just have to put them on the back burner or say, no, I can't do this today. And mean what you say, and then go on and keep doing what you're doing to build your business. Um, it's really important that we're aware of that, because people sometimes they don't it's not even that obvious. They just say little things, and later on, because it's happened to me, and I will say, wonder why they said such and such and such, because they're your friends and you want to keep them, but if they're not helping you by lifting you up, as I've said before, by encouraging you, by helping you to grow in what it is that you're doing, because I'm sure that you're not discouraging them. I'm sure you're not telling them, oh, you don't want to do that. You don't want to build up, higher. You don't want to, lift yourself up to a different, because this for me is a whole different thing from nursing. That's what I used to do. And why don't you find another job in nursing? Well, being disabled, I can't do the job that I used to do in nursing. So when they're telling me that, it's not like, it's like they know that I really can't do what I used to do. So why are you saying, go back, and you can probably work in the hospital? It's like they don't recognize my disability either. So I hope that this was helpful for you. I hope that this gives you something to think about. And, and I know friends can be really important, but when it comes to what they're saying to you, if they're not building you up, if they're not doing those things that I mentioned earlier, then they may not be the friends that you think they are. So basically, that's all I had for today. And if you want to talk about this a little bit more, you can always direct message me in Messenger. We can have a conversation. And, just I'll give you more of what it is, that the things that happened to me that made me change who it was that I was hanging around with. The people that I primarily hang around with are online. And oh, today I wanted to remind you. Let me say this, and then I'll get off. But today is our Clubhouse day. So we go live on Clubhouse it's actually an Audible platform. And we have a room or house, or I know they changed some things around, but yeah, so that's happening today. And you can always learn something from when you go on there. It's more open, whereas you can say certain things that I can't say here. And so you might want to check it out. For me, it's 5:30 Central Daylight Saving Time. So if you'd like to join us, please do. Just look up what time that is for you, and join us on Clubhouse, where we share more information and things that'll help people in building their businesses. So that's it. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. And I'm going to go on and get off here. So talk soon. And I'll be live again on Thursday at noon. Bye bye.